Hi everyone! So today I'll be walking you through my bioplastic experimentations. I've been trying really hard to perfect my recipe, and here are all the different ways that I tried and tested everything so that it would work for my accessories that I want to make. Starting off, you want to make sure you have all your ingredients. So this was one of the first recipes that I tried. It was a cornstarch based recipe. It worked pretty well, but it was really tedious to work with. It took forever to dry and it was really thick. So as you can see, it takes a really long time, about 5 to 10 minutes on the stove, playing around with the heat. It turns into very big clumps and then becomes super thick and almost like a glue PVA consistency as you're trying to pour that and control that. It's very hard. So I did try to kind of play around with putting the fabric directly in the pot, but it ended up being really stiff. So for my next recipe, this one was a gelatin based, and I played around with having the glycerol being a lot less to see if I can have it be sort of a gelatin consistency but a little bit more stiff. It turned out pretty okay, but it was still way too hard. This was a much better outcome. I played around with having the glycerol be a little bit less and having a little bit more gelatin and playing around with the water intake as well. And I really liked the outcome. I also put this fabric straight into the pot and actually mixed it around for a lot longer than I did before, and I played around with having the temperature be different too. This was another gelatin based, as I found that this was just the best outcomes that I was having with the gelatin. I didn't really like the agar results, and I really liked how this turned out. Okay, quick ASMR break. Okay, anyway, after that satisfying little break, this was my outcomes for my little neck pieces and arm cuffs and just overall 3D prototyping that I wanted to do. I really loved the fact that you're able to see all the folds and all the ridges, and it's really organic with the knit fabric that I paired it with. And I want to look into having a completely potentially biodegradable or semi-biodegradable pieces by the end of it. This is me showing off the little ties as well that I made to attach to my top to actually make it wearable. I really wanted to be able to have just like a very basic piece like this so that I can then start to play with it on the body, because like I was speaking to Emily about, I really wanted to be able to have like the process lead the actual design outcomes. So I know that I want to be doing something like a blooming neck, a face cover, a sleeve, cuff, a foot covering, but I just really want it to be design driven because my whole concept is really organic as well, so it makes sense to me that the process is organic as well. Here you can see me test everything out. And I also played around with this overlocking, which I thought was really cool to do later. This was me making a little top because in my mind, this made the most sense to start trying to test how I can push my skills and design thinking in bioplastic. So I decided to drape this on the mannequin straight away. So I was just trying to get the shape that I wanted, because I knew I wanted it to be on the bias and to have quite a nice fold in an asymmetrical line like that. So many samples, oh my goodness. And here you can see me lay everything flat. And I used my tweaked version of my recipe one for this. So I submerged the entire garment in the pot, played around with the heating temperatures again, and had a really cool result. I was really happy because it was super flexible but still nice and stiff the way that I wanted it to be. And I also played around with doing it in a colored fabric with a little bit of a food dye coloring as well. And I'm super happy. I can't wait to continue experimenting and now incorporate metal as well to have them drape over each other and just make super cool outcomes. Thank you so much for watching. Here is a quick little montage of all my results. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching my bioplastic experimentation.